On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Just addressing generality.
Might as well just say you 35.
What I'm saying is this, right? In my little neck of the woods, like they just messy. They messy. These young folks is messy. They don't care who know what happened, and then they want to cry with when somebody roll up to their door because they was messing with somebody's husband. You know what I'm saying? They just messy. They don't, like I said, they don't have no shame.
They don't care.
I understand people gonna do what they do, but something's got to be said for privacy, man.
Yeah,
powerful.
I know you want to kind of chime in. Go ahead, get final word. You want to say something?
Yeah, sure. I was agreeing with Toya, and there is nothing new under the sun. I think right now we just are more. Everything is easily accessible. And where Mr. Charlie would cheat with Sarah and them right next door. Now Mr. Charlie can go over to California because it's the accessibility, the internet.
It's totally different. There was no social media in the 70s.
I'm not talking about that, Kayla. Kayla, I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about how men and women deal with each other. Everything that's going on now went on back then. You think people just started doing threesomes and all that kind of stuff? That stuff been going on.
I'm not doing threesomes. I don't want to add.
I know. That's an example. I'm using an example of something. But what I'm saying is exactly nothing in the dating scene is new.
At once in the 70s.
Okay.
All
right.
Let's ask the 70s baby.
Hold on.
What did you say?
I said, could you DM 3 girls at once in the 70s?
That's not.
Yeah,
that's not
it was easier to do it.
There was
writing letters.
They were writing letters.
Listen, let me tell you something.
My bad.
Listen, Toya says something that is right, and I have to agree with her. The problem, and our parents said it to us growing up all our lives. Why do you think that you're doing something new? There's nothing new underneath the sun. The only difference is
the delivery.
It's just open because you have easy access to things. Why? Because of social media. But the actions, cheating been going on. Women not just dealing with you, but cheating on you for your best friend. That was going on back then.
Bobby Womack, Sam Cooke.
Like just listen to the songs. Go listen to those blues songs and the dudes talking about how girls broke his heart and the whole 9 yards. They've been doing this.
Ali, we can listen to Tony Braxton and be sad too, but here we are. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is,
but that's not what he's saying.
Listen,
there's nothing new under the sun.
The thing about it is that's the problem. We really in this world in our lives thinking, and this shows our immaturity in our youthful stage. We really think that, this is just started in our era. No, and you forget it's still not just your era. Your parents are still living, so it's still their era as well. They still got to adapt to time. So it's not like they not witnessing and seeing things. You had older, like even this thing of the way the male and, as you talk about the male and female relationships, that there's nothing is new.
Hold on, Ali, I will do you one better. I will say that actually the older generations, they using social media more effectively than y'all are. Not only that, bro. Not only that, they DMing, they fucking, and older people is the population that get they are more likely and they know
how to do it better.
They catch more STDs than anybody else out here today.
Those nursing homes. I used to volunteer in nursing homes. Nursing homes is popping. Okay, I ain't even gonna lie. Them old little man in a little wheelchair going out of the room.
Bro,
I have heard that, Anton. So
guess what? The 70s was wild, and the people are still living.
Anton says something, and he's correct. I own a barbershop, and being into my barbershop, listen, the OGs that come in, the stories is bananas. I'd be like, yo, you know how to work? They know how to DM. They know how to do the whole, like, yeah, you think this, that they come to the barbershop just to talk to whoever they whole little list that they got. They flying them out and they show me, let me show you how to do it, young blood. And you know what I mean? Like they can't wait for, what's that called? In double A, like the basketball tournament that goes on in North Carolina.
NCAA.
Can't wait. Yeah, they can't wait to the Essence Festival. Like they got everything lined up for the year. They do it differently because they've been doing it, and we just be thinking that, you know, it's my era, bruh. You ain't doing nothing new, bro, and you ain't doing it better than them. Not that I'm trying to do what they doing, because I'm past that stage. However, these old head men, they got it, man. We got to stop thinking that the world starts spinning when we was born.
Okay, so everybody doing the same thing. The only difference now is that you can see it and people talk about it. Everybody's doing what they do. When it comes to sex, everybody doing what they do.
I think the only thing, the biggest difference is that they just don't, they're not as messy with talking about what they doing with like sharing too much.
Right, sharing.
Like they not exposing people and all of that. They just doing what they do. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just do what they want to do.
But that goes back to like with adultery. You know, back in the days, a woman didn't want to know that she was the other woman. Now women want it to be known. They're like, I'm the side chick. They want people to know they the side chick.
No shame.
They glorify it.
No shame. But back in the day, when Barbara made that call, you know, y'all remember that song for Barbara?
Barbara. So do you see that in like, do you see that across like regular people? Or because I'm seeing this in terms of like high profile celebrity, blah, 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 because I see that strategically that benefits them. But do you see that from like girls you went to high school
day-to-day people?
Facebook being like, I'm a side chick, because I don't see that just like in the people I knew from high school, college.
Yes.
I wouldn't say from my era, but
I don't see it. I see the celebrities. But
hey, Ricky, just so you know, like that bottom row, you got at least 30-year-olds. I don't know how old Toya is. Rashawn already said he like 34.
I'm 40.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wait, you 40?
It's different age groups.
I got you. Again, we just addressing generality.
Might as well just say you're 35.
What I'm saying is this, right? In my little neck of the woods, like they just messy. They messy. These young folks is messy. They don't care who know what happened, and then they want to cry with, you know, when somebody roll up to their door because they was messing with somebody's husband. You know what I'm saying? They just messy. They don't, like I said, they don't have no shame.
They don't care.
I understand people gonna do what they do, but something's got to be said for privacy, man.
Yeah,
it's powerful.
Just go ahead, Michelle. I know you want to kind of chime in. Go ahead, get final word. You want to say something?
Yeah, sure. I was agreeing with Toya, and there is nothing new under the sun. I think right now we just are more. Everything is easily accessible. And where Mr. Charlie would cheat with Sarah and them right next door. Now Mr. Charlie can go over to California because the accessibility, the internet.